guys, what's going on? This is your girl, Model E, of course, on the E and Friends podcast. Thank you for tuning into another bi-weekly episode with your girl. So today on the E and Friends podcast, we have our guest slash co-host, Tabitha, back in the building today, okay?
All right, I'm ready. Let's do it.
So what's up, girl? How you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good. Ain't no sense of complaining, life, does its thing. How have you been doing?
It does. I've been doing good. I was at the convenience store earlier this morning, and I was talking to this woman. She was a white lady and she worked in a gas station. And when I went inside, she was standing out the door. She was smoking her cigarette, getting her little smoke on in between customers. And she said, "How are you today, hon?" I say, "I'm doing good. How are you?" I have this thing on my face where people just express their feelings to me. I don't know what it is, but she was like, she said, "People are horrible." She said, "They are ignorant and they are stupid." I said, "Well, you know what? I'm going to have to agree with you." I said, "Because they are." And I said, now, especially doing everything that's what's going on, people are more stupider. They want to be first at everything. They are very impatient. They can't wait. And it's either their way or no way. And she said, yes. She said, she didn't say what the customer did, but I guess she had a very aggravating customer that just, knocked her off to the point where she had to go outside and take a smoke break.
Yeah. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Like, I'm not waiting for 5 o'clock today.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. No matter.
I get that because I remember working in retail when I was younger. I worked in layaway. My first job, no, it's like my second job that I had after I was grown. And this lady came in, she had a layaway. I didn't personally take her layaway before computer systems, you did it by hand.
Yeah.
I personally did take her layaway. And she was like, "You're going to go out there? You want to shop my whole order again?" And then that was the day. It was not it.
Wow.
She told me I was with her. I mean, the line, it was Christmas time. So, the line is like crazy.
Yeah, I remember them.
For some reason, nobody wanted to show up for work. I had people trying to put on layaways. They can't put on layaways at the last minute. People trying to get layaways. People who don't have receipts to get their layaways, but we were still required to look them up and see if they was close to the amount that they would had to owe. Bang. I laid that one up one side, down the other. And then over this loudspeaker called the CSF. Her name was Jackie. "Jackie, I'm gonna need you to come back here before I drag her." Jackie came on back. And you know what Jackie did? Jackie went and shopped that order. I kept bringing the phone folks up.
Yeah. You can't work under those conditions. And people think just because you are at a job, they think that they can talk to you any way they want to and get away with it. No, I'm sorry. I may need this job, but in your case, it's going to be a want. I want this job. So therefore, I don't care if I get fired or not, but you're not going to talk to me anyway, because this is my job. There's a job I have to do, and you're not going to talk to me like that.
That's right. And they wouldn't want their supervisors at their jobs talking to them that way.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, if you think about it, a lot of the entrepreneurs that we have, which is a wonderful thing here for us, is that at some point, somebody talked to us some kind of way. And we're like,
right.
Go ahead and do what I had on my mind. Sometimes that was their motivating factor.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I think people who act like that can't control what they have at home. I think they get taught that at home like they're a kid. So they come into these people establishments and they, started talking, thinking that they're the boss and stuff like that. Yeah. We were just on vacation a couple of weeks ago, and it was this guy who went to Miami. So we were on the beach. And so this guy, he came in with his 3 kids, and instead of him doing how everybody else did was rent the chair, the beach chairs and the umbrellas and stuff.
Right.
He went and he had the person to come over here, okay, this is what I want. So the guy was like, "You have to go, walk over there to that table and you have to pay for it, and then we'll come and set it up for you." So he was like, well, I have my kids here. What am I supposed to do with my kids? We're right here next to them, looking at him like, who the fuck you talking to like that? Like, you can't talk to this young man like this. This is his job. He's telling you what he's telling everybody else. You got to go walk over here.
And that's their policy. It's like
Yeah.
you kind of
Yeah.
circle back to the whole math situation all
Mhm.
over again to me.
Yep.
Like, wow, y'all just
Girl, people are crazy. And I'm sorry, but so what the young fella, he was a young fella, he was like in his early 20s. So, he kind of let that get to him. And so he
yeah.
kind of fell in for it. And what he did is he stood there and he watched the kids. Now, first of all, this man was all the way back here. His kids was at the ocean in the water playing,
Get out.
first of all. So
They
therefore,
weren't even looking to sit down right then at all.
he couldn't even see his kids from where he was sitting at. So this young man standing there patiently waiting for him to, go pay for his stuff and watching his kids. So Sean was like, young man, you don't have to take that. You're doing your job. He gave him a little rundown,
Yeah.
whatever, give him a little positivity and tell him you
You
cannot
need
let
that.
people to talk to you like that. You
Right.
are doing your job. He got to do everything like how everybody else do it. Don't ever let nobody, talk to you like that.
Exactly.
So he was like, yeah, I know. And then next thing you know, guess what? His ass got up and he fucking left.
Right. It made sense.
It's not his
People be coming
responsibility.
into him with these toxic expectations.
There you have it, folks. Very toxic. Yeah,
Very
girl.
different.
Yes, people are ridiculous. So let me tell you something. And you are a hair expert. So I was shocked. I went into Walmart a couple of days ago and I put this post up online as well. We were in the pet section looking for something for our pet.
Mhm.
I'm in the pet section and I'm looking, and guess what I saw? I saw the mane and tail shampoo that
Mhm.
I've used on my hair
Mhm.
ever since my childhood up until my late teenage years.
Yeah.
Now, I got a little upset because I said in my head, I said, you know what? My auntie been putting pet shampoo in my hair all these years. And I'm like, and my hair, it never grew like a horse. I mean, it grew, but it didn't grow like a horse. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was
Girl,
shocked.
let me give you for my being I fooled you. Listen.
Why was
Mane
it in
and
the
tail,
pet aisle?
because mane and tail started out at exactly that 4 horses. It was for the shininess of the coat. It actually was. It actually is. And if you go into a saddle feed store, you're going to see
Yeah.
it there too. Yeah, you're going to see it there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's because, and then if you think about it,
Mhm.
the coats, the hair on a horse is,
Yeah.
it's hard to get shiny and silky and do all
Yeah.
those things.
Mhm.
So it just made sense for somebody to say, hey, you know what? This is working for the hair. So let's market it for hair. And they don't lie about it because they put the horses right on front.
Uh-huh.
But yes, it has always, and just like with like with our pets,
Yeah.
when we get them vaccinated, pets have been getting vaccinated for COVID-19 forever.
Wow.
If you go back, even like before all this happened, and you go
Yeah.
back, look at your receipts for his shot, for your dog
Yeah.
shot, you'll see COVID-19 on it. It's been around forever. It's just been
Wow.
somehow turned into this whole thing. But yes, pets
Oh
have been
man.
vaccinated against it forever. That's why you haven't seen many pets die because of it.
You're right.
Especially,
I've only heard one on the news. I've only heard one. And then I think they were saying that the pets cannot give it to the humans or something like that. But I
right.
only heard of one that died.
Mhm.
Wow, I need to go back and look at my receipts. But I was a little upset at that. And I was like, my aunt been putting this thing on my hair all these years. I said, what she think? I'm a horse or something?
You'd be surprised at what we use now that was originally designed for something else.
You're right.
Just like relaxers. Relaxers is a lye product. We use lye to make soap. So back in the
Yeah.
day, use lye to use cleaning agents and stuff like that.
Yep.
So now all we did to that lye was add a bunch of conditioners.
Yep.
A whole bunch, and like
Mhm.
whatever the congealing agent is, and now
Mhm.
boom, same lye, diluted, straightens your hair.
You're absolutely right. Because I remember that Lye young man. My grandmother used to know this older woman who used to make the soaps, the Lye soaps. And that's what she would buy, and that's what we would use.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's crazy how what's been used across the
Hmm.
span of everything for
Yeah.
different things. I mean,
Yeah.
like, and think about it, even if you look at a bottle, if you use Nair has the same
Hmm.
chemical that's in relaxers. It really
Eh?
is. It's called sodium hydroxide. Sodium
Hmm.
hydroxide is in every relaxer. Even if it ever said no lie, it was a no lie lie. I used to teach my students all the time. The no lie lie is, in order for them to mass produce and sell it to other people that were
Hmm.
not professionals, the
Hmm.
lye cannot be mixed into the base.
Mm.
So when you purchase it, you're purchasing it thinking that once you can buy these things, it's still not live. No, the
Yeah.
marketing is you're buying a no live relaxer because it's not mixed.
Because it's not mixed.
So that is the no lie lie.
Wow.
The activator in there is the lie. That is the sodium hydroxide or
Ah.
calcium hydroxide that they use, or lithium. There's so many different hydroxides they use to straighten hair that
See?
is used in the box relaxers that you buy in
Yeah.
the store. So you're still buying live relaxers.
See, they don't tell us that to consumers. See, guys, I'm telling you, this is a good guy. This is the reason why Tabitha's on this show because she is the hair guru. So if you got any questions about your hair, make sure you hit her up. Okay. So we're filling your knowledge basket up right now.
It's crazy.
That's my favorite saying, filling your knowledge basket. Sean don't like it, but that's what I say. Dope. Wow.
It's a cool
I remember the
idea.
activators.
The
Wow.
activator is the lie.
For years we just been putting that stuff in our hair just because it would make it straight. That's all we know, that it would make it straight. We didn't know no education or nothing behind it
Nope,
until
my
you
first
get grown like me. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to put that stuff in my
life.
hair no more. I want to be natural.
Yeah, why do you think it burns? The lie is what make it burn. That's the burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Talking about.
I used to try to tell people all the time, listen, if you're going to do relaxers in between, you can't get to me.
Mhm.
Listen to me. Do not put it all the
Yeah.
way roots to end.
Right.
Just do a little bit off the scalp and just the regrowth. I promise you the rest of the hair
Yeah.
will straighten out. It will be
Yeah. Yeah. Man, he used to put
ooh,
that thing on the whole hair, just taking it
when you,
and
yeah,
then
that's what
even
she
comb it in there.
well, I'm gonna tell you what the combing's about. The combing is about manipulating the hair to do the straight shape that you want.
Yeah.
Can you put relaxer on your hair? Your hair still turn out curly? To a degree, yes.
Yeah.
It's only if you don't manipulate that hair after you put
Mhm.
that on there, all you've done is texturized your hair, which means you just stretched out the curl a little bit. Taking that
Wow.
comb and doing that combing, the back of the
Mhm.
comb action,
Mhm.
straightens the hair because it wakes up the hair to say, hey, you have to straighten. This is the new
Yeah,
shape.
because we used to
And that's
use
why
that like at the roots. Yeah.
and that's why
Wow.
it's crazy.
Mm.
And
Mm.
also be careful buying calcium hydroxide over the counter products, guys.
Yeah.
Saying.
Be careful.
Because it's calcium. And what does calcium do? It hardens bones. And that gives that hair that
Mhm.
dull look that you get sometimes when you buy a box relaxer. That's why your hair looks so
Mhm.
shiny when you go to get a professional relaxer because that's sodium, and sodium can be absorbed into
Mhm.
the hair.
Mm. Well, I was good because when I had went and got my hair colored a couple months ago, I've never been a
Mm-hmm.
person that really got my hair covered. I just had relaxers in my hair, at an early
Mm-hmm.
teenage year, but
And honey,
probably
loving
about
your
what?
color, by the way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll say probably about 8, 9 years I've been natural. Okay. So when I
Mm-hmm.
did get my color, she was like, okay, let's see how this goes. She was like, if it does it instantly, that means your hair is good. It's not damaged or anything by colors. I said, well, it should be good because I've never really had, color in my hair like that. It was just always
Mm-hmm.
something, semi. And
Oh yeah.
so, and guess what? She put it on and it went to it just like that. And she was like, some people she had to keep like constantly like overlaying it because their hair was just, I guess, just dead from all the box relaxers and stuff that they were putting it on it at home and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's more
Yeah.
about putting on it and it's about the absorbency of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
So if your hair is, I mean, if you have dense hair, it takes a
Mm-hmm.
little more product to get the
Mm-hmm.
color to fully penetrate,
Yeah.
especially when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense that you had to
Okay.
put it on more than once or so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was proud of, the way that it came out.
It looks
I
good. I
love
think
it.
it looks great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right,
And you know
let's,
how long it's been for me, so this is a lot.
yeah, because you are what, a year and a half locked?
About a year and a half. Yep.
Okay, because I remember when you first got it done, and then because that's when I was on that. I really want my hair like I really want my hair like, and then it was shortly after that I went and did it. Yeah, but you did yours yourself though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't have that much confidence, but I did everybody else hair in the house. But for me,
Well, there you go. It's in us. It's in us to do it.
yeah, but yeah, with it. Anyway, this has been floating around on social media. This anesthesiologist, he was putting his penis in someone's mouth while they were under anesthesia. She was having a C-section to have her baby. And sad situation, but I'm sure he's not the first person to ever done that, because it's I've heard a lot of dentists does that as well, while the patients are under laughing gas and stuff, and they just do all sorts of stuff. And this is one of the reasons why when I go under the gun and do stuff like that, I want to have somebody in there with me.
Absolutely.
But they don't allow it. They don't allow nobody in the room with you. So he took his
this man is a danger to society for many reasons. Not only is he violating people, he's giving them drugs to violate them. But even if there was a trauma there, because they're so relaxed in the state that they're in, it would even show the amount of savagery from her fighting against if she could. So I think it brings up a lot of issues that way. I don't think people who have deceased ones around him are definitely not safe.
Right.
Yeah, that is some kind of like, what is it called? Necrophiliac kind of stuff there, where somebody, essentially the person is all but dead, you done doped them up.
Yeah. And
you doing that, that's
that is very, very unethical, very, very. I don't see how people can do that. It's like this show that was on Netflix. I can't remember the name, but I think it was called Our Father. I think that's what it was. So what was this man, he was a doctor. So women would go to him. It's kind of like a sperm bank, women will go to them, but they would use, most of them would use like their spouse sperm, to be inserted in them to have the baby. Well, what this guy was doing is he was using his own sperm to impregnate them.
This is based on a true story, actually. I think I remember. I don't remember the show, but I remember the story.
Yep.
Wow.
And when I stopped watching it, it was like almost on the 20th child. And they all kind of got together and try to figure out, who's their father, who's their siblings. And it was just sad. And I was like, I can't believe like people really do this. And then by the time, one of them was contacting him and was asking questions, and he still was like, don't say anything to the public. You're going to mess up my reputation. And she's like, well, what about what you did to me all these years? She was thinking that this man who she lives with, her husband, her mother's husband, she thought that was her father. But indeed it wasn't. And don't you know that when that happened, when the mother found out what the doctor did, her husband actually left her. Her husband left her. He didn't even stick around. He left her. Yes, he left her. And
that's not a choice that she made. She didn't choose for him to do that to her.
Exactly. She thought this whole time that it was his sperm being used, but it was this doctor's fault. And he left her. So it was just the mother and the daughter. And then that's when the daughter, she got up in age and she was like, I really want to know who my father is, because she
Right.
went somewhere and she saw this other woman, and instead that it kind of looked like her a little bit. I don't know, for some reason
Mhm.
she had that little inkling and she got in contact with that woman. And indeed, that
Mhm.
was one of her sisters. And these people were spread out all over the place. They weren't just in one vicinity, they were spread out all over.
Wow. Can
Yeah.
you? I could not imagine having been born in that type of situation, having to
Mhm.
blood test anybody that I could potentially date for the fact that it could possibly be a
Yep.
sibling.
Yep. And that was
But
her
that's the
whole
kind of life that they
reaction.
have to lead now. They lead now
Yeah.
because you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely got to do that now. Hmm. Yeah, absolutely right.
Mhm.
Like,
I,
I had this conversation a little while ago on one of my other episodes where this girl, she were messing with her cousin. They were in a relationship.
oh my
and
goodness.
and she was, talking about how when they were little, they used to play dollhouse and stuff. When you little, you got your little play cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
You little, you don't know what's going on. You don't know. But when you are
Right.
grown up in age and you know that this man is your cousin and you still want to have a relationship with him. And the crazy part is she did not want to break up the relationship. When he found out that they were kin, he said, we can't do this no more. She was upset about it. She didn't want to break up.
Listen. How close cousins was. I mean, now listen, if it's like fifth cousin, I gotta weave through some people a whole bunch to get back to you. Okay.
Yeah, and
But
fifth,
if I can make a
fifth is a
direct, I
lot.
can shoot a straight arrow. If I can shoot a
Yeah,
straight arrow straight towards it, now we can't do
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. We second cousin. Okay. Now anything after second, third, but after
this.
that,
No, I
it
still
don't
can't do
count.
third. I still can't do third. I still
It
can't do
don't
third. I
count.
still got the direct line with the third. No, I can't do third. Mm-mm.
But then, okay, this is your third cousin, right? You really don't know these people. You don't know him. These people don't never come around. We don't have no family reunions or nothing like that. We ain't cousins.
Listen, that sound like some toxic expectations. Listen, I I still can make a direct line too from my grandmother to my third cousin and to my fourth cousin. So for me, that's a straight line. I don't
Well,
have to go through do.
for you, yeah, yeah, yeah. For you,
So
yeah.
that's
You
for
you don't
me,
have to,
that's a
yeah.
no.
You don't have to do all that bobbing and weaving. It's just right there. So you right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't got no idea, no communication, don't know who about these people, we ain't can. And
Well,
I'm
you know what? It's funny you should say that because you know what? I would
uh,
not be here if my parents have known they were cousins.
you
Not
right.
even joking.
Look, because we all know back in the day, in those days, they mess with each other and they have whole families with each other. I know a lot of people like that. And they
Yep.
know that they family and they are shit about in they 50. You see what I'm saying? Like they know better and they still do
Well,
it.
me too. I found out by mistake. I found out my mother found out the same day that I did that she was related to my father. But
Wow.
you know, old folks, you gotta remember, I'm 40-ish, just going almost to 50-ish, okay? So this is how it happened. I had my mother and
Mhm.
my grandmother never told my mother who her actual father was. So when he died, his daughter, his other daughter, came looking
Mhm.
for my mother. Boom, now we know a little bit.
Yeah.
We go to the setting up and stuff, and
Mhm.
there's this picture. She looks like my grandma. That's what I said. She said, no, that's your Aunt Pearl. I said, if her last name is X, then guess what? That's my grandma. She said, yeah, that is not your grandma. That's your aunt. I said, she got a son named Carl, and Carl is my daddy. She said,
Mm.
oh my God. She started hollering for my mama. My mama come running like something was wrong. She said, how you sleep with your cousin and make a child? I'm just like, oh, I ain't never
Oh,
opened up.
girl,
I'm like
you
50. I'm like, oh, like, it's a whole. It gets It's a whole tree. I have a whole family tree. Then it gets to me, it's a
Wow.
this is a branch, no twigs, no leaves, no nothing. I'm just me. It gets to me and it just straightens up.
Yeah, I got to be more careful. Talking about got to be more careful. Golly. That's a golly moment.
Because they didn't even know they was cousins because people didn't talk about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
If something was nefarious about the situation, then that's
Yeah.
likely how they didn't tell, this is really who my daughter's
Yeah.
father.
Yeah.
So that's probably how it went down.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And that's how
then,
kids speak that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Back then, that's definitely how it happened. They ain't really talk about that and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
But these folks who I know, they know. They ain't that old. They know they were family. They ain't that. They not old like that. Like I say, they just like in their 50s and they got grown kids. So they knew. They knew. Right. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Everything that look good ain't for you because it's related to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in the history note, they used to make you take a blood test before you got married to make sure you won't relate.
Wow. Yeah, they ain't doing that.
It was so outdated. When I married my first husband, my mom said, "You gotta go down to the health department." I said, "For what?"
Exactly.
She said, "To get a blood test." So here it was like 1997. I was 18, 19 years old. I go be bobbing down to the health department. I need to get a blood test so I can get married. I want to look at me like I had lost my mind listening to my mama.
Yeah, she was like, "Well, that's how they did it with us."
Well, y'all didn't do that for you had me.
I bet you ain't say that to her though.
Hell no.
Exactly. You try to be grown. You try to be grown on this podcast. I bet you ain't tell her that. You would have had.
I'm kind of partial to my front teeth. I'm a little partial.
Right. You try to keep those little pearly whites, girl. Thing will be gone.
I mean, it didn't look weird, I used to smoke a lot. I don't know.
Oh my God. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Good move on. Okay. What are these suppository sevens? THC and CBD. Now, this is something new. I know we got a whole lot of things out here, to help us maintain and survive in this world. But I think that is a little too far. And I need to know if this is true or not, or if anybody has used this stuff.
I don't know. Ooh, child, let me tell you. I don't know if it was true or not until my husband goes to the store. And I said, "Nah, you're playing." And he's like, he said, "Yeah, all I gotta do is call him and tell him I need them." Well, first of all, sir, who will help you use them? That's start.
Yeah. Who's gonna help insert?
No, that is not me. That's not something I can do. That's not.
And he ain't doing it himself.
Get high. I guess it kind of equates to the thing where they used to dip the tampons in the spoon and then they insert them in themselves. I'm not gonna say what demographic of people did this the most, but I'm just saying I equate this suppository situation with the THC to that. I don't ever want to be that high. Never.
No.
I don't want to be that high. I don't mind being. I just don't want to do that.
No.
I got
no. I don't want to do no insertion of any kind. No.
I mean, well,
what?
I mean, if it's like a moment of pleasure that we are celebrating in my husband and I, and it's a lubricant that has that essence that has the THC, and I have for that then.
Maybe lubricant, yeah.
Maybe a lubricant.
I'm
actually sponge because I know it's not going to satin.
Yeah.
First of all, who's putting that in me? Who is helping with this? I don't understand how this works.
Yeah.
This is
like how long it's gonna last. Is there any long-term effects? you know, I just have a whole lot of questions about it.
I have to get past the point of getting in first. I can't even get to the rest of that till I figure out who am I close enough with that's going to do that. If I want to do that, which I don't.
A THC CBD suppository. Now this better be some cap. This better not be real, because I know we ain't making these. We not.
What?
These suppositories.
Yeah.
This ain't real, Tablin.
It's at our local dispensary, right up the street.
And I was just about to say that I hope our company don't start doing this. I can't believe this. Come on now.
I never want to be like, I don't want to be, I want to be, but not like that. I don't want to get there that way.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta say no, and you gotta pump the brakes. You can't say yes to everything. We know happiness is hard to come by right now, but I'll just stay in my little rut. Okay, I'll just stay in my little rut.
If that makes me a plain Jane, that's so weird. I'm plain Jane.
Yeah, me too. I'll be a basic bitch all my life. I ain't doing that. I'm sorry. Say what you want, but I don't know about that.
See, I was trying not to say it that
time. Girl, it'll be all right.
Yes, it will. It'll be all right.
Nah. All right. Since we on little health tip, you know, we talk about CBD and THC and stuff. Look, everybody already know, you know, we like that stuff. It's cool. One day, and to each his own, it's how everybody does things. But to me, it just seemed like it was a little unladylike. So I was driving, I was at the traffic light. This young lady pulled up to me to the right, and she was drinking a whole gallon of water. Okay. Now I understand you got to get your water take. I understand that because I do it all the time, but I have a little jug. But
I don't have any water today. I have Four Loko pre-game and
see,
and moonshine. This is my hydration for right now.
That's her hydration. Okay, you got to get your hydration. But I think as a woman, I think we should have a little, you know, care about ourselves on how we, you know, do things. Because you see men do it. Yeah, you gotta have a little class. You see men do it. You see men, like working men outside doing construction and stuff. They do that stuff. Okay, I understand. But you in a car and you just holding up this big gallon of jug of water. I saw that and I went crazy. I was like, I know she did.
You better go.
I'm like, I know she did. Like, no, this girl didn't. It's not necessary. Like,
I really think it was over the top. You know,
the dollar store. You can get this at the dollar store.
And my whole head is like a dog in the back window, just panting, eat dirt. I mean, I got a whole other visual in my head of this whole situation. I wasn't there. It just seems a little extreme. You're healthy, you get some water, you drink the whole jug. I think that's no, it's uncalled.
Yeah, you don't have to drink it out of a whole jug like that. Like, have a little class. I know.
Take time. You got to unscrew the top or flip the top. I mean, you still need to hold the tongue. A whole lot.
I mean, come on now. That is called obstruction of view. When you got something that big and you doing like this right here and you driving.
Right, I agree. That's a danger to the road.
You can cause an accident like that. You can really hurt somebody over a jug of water. You can hurt somebody. I know your kidneys don't care about how it comes in. You just want to come in. But
you want to come in.
But if you outside in public, you need to at least have you a little bottle or something.
I think, you know, we have gotten away from being elegant. I'm not saying be bougie. I'm just saying
you ain't got to be that.
When you walk, there's certain people that when they walk into a room, they command the respect of that room and everyone gives them that respect. Right, and I think we've lost a lot along the way. Like Tyler went to the shop Saturday for the first time by himself. Well, without me.
Okay.
and well, second time, but anyway, and and he goes in there, and I told him what how to say certain things, and the barber, he texts me back, and he says, he was so respectful. He stood up and paid for his haircut,
Okay.
and he gave me a $2 tip, and I said, no man, you keep it for next time. He said he fist bumped me, and he called me Mr. Mays. He said, I've been called Mr. Mays in my entire life.
What?
So now we're Mr. Mays. And
Oh,
everything is Mr. Mays right now. So.
was that Beverly husband? Was that Beverly husband?
Who's Beverly?
Beverly Mays. Was that her husband?
No,
You ain't get it. You said his last name was Mays. Frankie and Beverly Mays.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, you totally missed that.
Yeah. I don't know only like what?
I only know one people out my life, their last name is Mays. So that was good to hear. Yeah. So I throw that little joke in there. But that's dope. Look at him. Look at Tyler growing up.
I know.
He's a young man.
I looked at him like, what? He's so tall now. I'm like.
And when he left you for those few weeks, he came back looking different, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. It's
10
like he
pounds
just
later, and just
for your eyes.
taller and more mature, and came back and cooked dinner, and he washing dishes now. Cheers. And washing them well.
He must have been getting some training while he was gone.
He must have been watching because he's been asking me to wash dishes for a while. And I was like, no, you just been a dishwasher. But my sister, she's different. She's like, oh, yeah, you would know how to wash dishes and wash dishes. She said, I did not know you knew how to wash dishes.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She had him over there working. You can't let nobody know you know how to do something. They're going to use you. I'm telling you. Can't let nobody know. You got to act stupid these days. I think that's how mine act. I allow him to put it in the dishwasher, but I would not allow him to cut my dishwasher on. I ain't ready for that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't ready. But the baby.
Don't want to, and I need to tell Tyler not to use regular dish soap. If you don't see the pods, do not touch the regular dish soap because we're about to have a whole set of problems with it. I did that a couple times. Came home a little inebriated, put a little dish soap in. I was roommates with somebody and didn't know that you couldn't do that. It was my first experience with a dishwasher. Yeah, he comes in. He's like, I'm in my room. I'm like, my door's locked. I'm chilling. He's just screaming, and I come out and open the door. Ooh, the bubbles met me at the door. He said, "What did you do?" I was like, "I'm sorry. All I did was wash the dishes."
Oh God!
Dishwasher. Because I grew up old school. I didn't know nothing about no dishwasher. These were the dishwashers, so I don't know why I tried.
Yeah, I got on my own, and I was like, I ain't doing that no more. My grandma tied me out from ironing clothes and washing dishes. I don't really do all that no more.
My uncle asked me to iron his pants one time. I took that start and had the best, sharpest, crooked in them pants. He was so mad. He was in there ironing and she like forever trying to get that pleat out.
Nah, he gonna have to throw them pants away because once you put starch in, that's it. That's it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you're gonna have to throw them things away. They ain't good no more because that crease is gonna be in there forever.
You don't ask me no more. Then that'd be funny. I used to say, Uncle Robert, you want me to no, you gotta iron.
You probably did that on purpose.
I did. I don't like to iron. You know, my husband bought me an iron like it was a gift.
What he trying to say?
I said, if you don't take them hot clothes and fold them up and get your creases where you want them.
I know that's right. Fold them fresh out the dryer, please.
I'm getting this is so sweet. He does surprise me with little things, and I appreciate it. But not that time.
Yeah, not an iron though. That right there is sending all type of mixed messages.
I don't want no mixed message. I sent him one too. He asked me what iron was. I said, I don't know squirted.
The eyes some way looking at him.
It literally is. And if he opened his eyes, he'd see that.
Yeah, like, well, you know he might hear this, so yeah, we gonna talk shit. Mhm.
That's why he said exactly what it was.
You wake up in the morning and I ain't right there in front of your face on the nightstand. All right, we're almost close to the end of the show, so we got something good for you guys, and y'all know y'all like toxic mess. We're gonna give y'all a little bit. Hey, not us now, we ain't toxic, but a lot of y'all toxic out there.
Yeah. and with that toxicity comes, ready?
I'm ready.
Toxic expectations.
Yeah. Somebody give us a deal right now. Honey,
I'm gonna start with the lightest one first. You want to start with the lightest one first?
Yeah, go ahead. You know all about this. Go ahead.
You in the birthday party, and this lady, her man, everybody outside, whatever, and she's upset because he refused to pay for the other 18 people that she invited to the party. So I don't think he's wrong for not paying for the other 18 people. Because it was her birthday. If anything, those friends should have been splitting whatever she spent amongst themselves, which should have been next to nothing since it was 18 of them.
Yeah,
you know,
nothing. Tip left over
but
and everything.
She proceeded to call him broke-in. She called him, oh, this is why women don't mess with broke-ins, and da da da. I'm just like, you know what? I just want to reach this phone and just slap her. It's ridiculous.
Perfect example of toxic. When a woman is doing everything under the sun for you, and the minute you can't do something for her, she calls you a broke ass. But you've been with this broke ass though. And that's the thing. Trying to embarrass him. First of all, okay. I've had a few birthday outings, okay? And my husband, he paid for it. Right. That's because we invited those folks. Now, I do believe, okay, we can get together and we can make a list of who we're going to invite, very small and simple, and just have a good time. Okay. I invited you out, so therefore I'm going to take the expenses, or at least the main expense. Now she went and she probably invited, she had 18 girls, everybody from Facebook, from Instagram, in the neighborhood, at the hair shop, the nail salon. She went and invited all those people. He didn't tell her to invite all those people. And wherever they were at, I'm sure them little heifers ordered steaks and all type of shit. Okay.
Stuff they wouldn't normally order if they had to pay for it.
Right. And matter of fact, they probably didn't even eat what they ordered as well, and wouldn't even eat it.
Ooh, see, that's the thing. I don't get this mentality. I don't understand it. It's like, if we go back to class, again, because it's like, if we go out, one, we're going to be respectful, and we're going to know the terms before we go out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. We got to know what we're dealing with.
Because he probably said to her, we're going to have a little birthday dinner. And she probably turned around and said, oh, he going to throw me a dinner. Y'all all invited. He's going to pay for everything.
Yep.
That's probably what he did. And then he's like, he thinking they showing up because they want her. They came because they wanted something free to eat.
That's all. Yeah. Because if she didn't say any of that, ain't none of them but two would only be there.
Yep.
Only two.
I've done that. I've done that. I think Rodney was turning, it was a big milestone. It was like right after his first, actually, it was the first birthday after his father passed. They shared a birthday.
Okay.
So I rented a space because they normally always celebrate together. So I tried to do something. I rented the place right up the street. I paid for the catering. I said it's about to be about X amount of dollars. I said, hey, if you don't mind, if y'all can't kick in a little something to help me make this happen for him, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
His brother his ex-brother-in-law, a friend of mine, my sister, and our children.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Wow.
And at that point, I didn't need as much. So she gave me a little break on the food because obviously I didn't,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
she didn't have to. I wasn't requesting that,
Yeah.
and she still gave me tools to take. So she could have just still charged us. But to your point, I was getting off subject. But to
Yeah.
your point, it's like you have something and you want everybody to kind of like come together and be one. And
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to be about her, not about
Yeah.
him paying for one. I
Yeah.
don't get that.
Yeah. No,
Kind
that's true.
of selfish.
Yep. Very selfish. It was all good until see, but then a lot of people they want to impress their friends and stuff. They want to make
Okay, well,
it
then you
seem
do that to your friend.
yeah, your friends don't try to impress you.
Mm-mm.
Friends don't give a shit about you. Matter of fact, they're not even your friends. They just somebody they see you as, have a good time, can eat off, and use.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are. But a lot of
Yeah.
people fail to realize that a lot of people are in their life for different seasons, for different reasons.
Mhm.
I learned that. I don't go around calling everybody my friend. There are a lot of people that I talk to, but if I don't talk to you or have a conversation with you, we send texts and stuff every now and then to see how each other doing. We really not friends.
Right. It's
You
like
know?
it doesn't mean I'm mean to you or not pleasant. It's just
Yeah.
we're not that close.
Mm-hmm.
So don't
Mm-hmm.
get upset if I say I had a get together. You didn't invite me, but we're not close.
Yeah. We don't talk either. We only talk if we see each other like on Facebook or something.
Yeah, or even well, sometimes distance does that.
Well, yeah,
Like,
the distance, but really, if we got each other's phone number and stuff, we're cool.
mhm.
A lot of
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot how friendship and stuff work. And I know we're getting off the subject talking about friendship, but it works both ways.
I don't think it's on subject.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's on subject. I think it's exactly on subject
Mm-hmm.
because this group of friends, once she started getting upset, if they were truly her friends and this is her birthday, you start to try to help the situation.
Yeah.
Hey, it's okay. It's your birthday. That's the kind of friendship I would prefer.
And I bet
if
that
I'm
didn't
getting out of
happen.
line, calm down. And that didn't happen.
Yeah. They sit there and egg it on. Hey, girl, he ain't got no money. He broke. They probably did all of that. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
So
They did.
And I would kick her ass to the curb too. It won't be no relationship. So with her acting like that, just imagine how she gonna act on other stuff. So yeah, honey. What was the other one, honey?
Oh, the other one, baby girl. This ongoing saga. This newlyweds are. I don't think they have seen healthy relationships. Sometimes you can tell when a person in their life has seen a healthy relationship. And this particular couple, I don't think they had that particular example.
Could be, yeah.
And so, and especially if you marry quickly after not being out of another relationship, and you haven't healed from the prior relationship. So now we've entered into. I'm bringing all of this that I have not dealt with. I didn't take time to into this relationship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is exactly what is happening to these two.
Yeah.
And so the situation is, he doesn't,
I said I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So now like she's firing on all cylinders. She's telling everything. She is putting receipts up. She had them up. They're gone now.
Mm-hmm.
He is gone.
Oh, this girl been watching the soaps.
And I have, and it's been free.
Yeah, you need to pay for it.
It's crazy. But the thing is, when you have receipts for something and you're you're the toxic one, you don't see that what you're showing is making you look bad, not the other person.
Oh, she been looking and sounding real bad. Real bad. Like she just never had no type of love in her life. That's how she sounded. And they are young.
Absolutely. Who's young?
They're young. They were like in their 30s. They was in their 30s.
Who is? No, honey. We've turned 40, and he maybe is in somewhere in his 30s.
Oh, okay. So he's younger. Okay. So the guy is younger.
And he works. And his job is not a place where normally you see a lot of males in that profession.
Yeah.
So, and if you have one of those jobs, then sometimes your hours are 7 to 7 or 7 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
So you get a ride. It just so happens most of your coworkers are female.
Mm.
So now you can't get mad at your husband for going to work.
No.
But every time he comes and goes from work, it is a female bringing him home. So now you think that he's sleeping with everybody.
Yeah.
So now we got an episode, like at the end of the Flintstones, where he sits the big saber-tooth tiger outside, he jump back in the woman, he sits that again. So now this is what this is become. This is what this has become.
Oh,
I mean, if this was a fight, like a boxing match that I was watching, as much as she trying to jab, she missing on every swing.
wow.
He is lighting her up by doing the absolute least.
Yeah, opposite. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's sad, now he did go in for the kill. I'm not gonna lie, he went in for the kill. I was like, oh.
Yeah, because he was tired of it. He had to shut her down.
He shut her all the way down.
Yeah, he was there. I know she cried that. I know she cried all last night. I know she did.
I'm sure she did. I did try to reach out. I'm not.
Oh, evil. Look at you. Look at you.
But as soon, look, I've been my husband for 18 years.
That's a long time.
If anybody could give you a little piece of advice, I don't have a lot of knowledge about a whole lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do have a knowledge about what it takes to make this thing called a marriage work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know everything, and my situation, everybody's life experiences and situations are different.
Yeah.
But if I can help you get over this hump, because her biggest thing is her expectations are caviar and champagne. And baby, we on Section 8 and bus line. I need you to come somewhere. I want you to come forward, but you can't go from bus line straight to caviar.
No, you can't. Yeah, no. It's baby step. It's a process. It's a process. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think what that rut is that sometimes you have seen, TV glamorizes marriages, and we all know they do.
TV, real,
from Disney to yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you have this expectation that it's no longer real.
Yeah.
Like they want everybody to think that if you get married, you can wear a mermaid dress. No, baby, your shape ain't that. Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, everybody's not the same size. Or one size don't fit all. Yeah. Yeah.
No, every style don't fit all. No, ma'am. Nope, and I think that's what the fairy tale wedding and marriages, they always get you to the wedding and the stories. And they never take you beyond jumping over that broom. In none of the stories you get beyond that. Not now, anyway. Now it's even worse. But
yeah.
But you get your wedding day, and they're like happy and throwing petals, and then the moon slowly fades away, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's what they leave us with,
Once some cameras
so
off.
I think that's where this person is. I think that's where that person is.
And was this the first time that you've heard them go on like that? Was this the first time?
Oh no!
Oh God!
Okay, so they've been married a year now, and I know of at least 4 or 5 times that he was put out. One time the dog got put out.
Dang, it says a man's best friend, so I guess he got to go too. Poor thing. Hey, dog got put out. He on timeout. He ain't did nothing. He just been trying to eat. That's all.
He ain't done nothing to nobody.
Poor Bruce.
Like, oh, the poor baby.
Poor Bruce.
And then about 3-4 days later, he back, and now they love it.
So
You
it's,
know, the
yeah,
couple of
off and on.
so everything's been taken down. So I give it about another week, maybe 2 to
And they'll
3
be
days.
back
So
on
it'll be
there
back.
again. I think what their issue is, they need to stay off social media with that. Like, stay on
What?
social media. Nobody won't be in your business. Like, figure it out, communicate, talk to each other instead of fussing and hollering at each other all the time. Talk, ask questions. How do you feel about this? Well, I really don't think that this is worth it. You know, I don't feel, you know, positive about this. Like, talk. People don't do that no more.
Yeah, they don't. And the thing is, he's not the one that's doing it on social media. It's just her.
Yeah, it's her. Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, you can't post our private conversations, and that's not how you
No,
handle. I
no, you
would never.
can't do that. Mm-mm. Nope.
You can't do it. That doesn't fix us.
Mm-mm.
That does nothing but expose to the world, because we know with our spouses, they know some stuff about us that nobody, it may not even a parental figure, you know.
Yep.
And for
Exactly.
them to take that and bring it out and put
Mm-hmm.
that public, it
Mm-hmm.
would devastate me.
Yep.
So I think with that kind of situation, if we're saying, hey, I need to talk to somebody, and then somebody come in your inbox and then y'all talk,
Yeah.
that's one thing. But
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
I-
Constantly on 20 all the time. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy that they've been together for a year. You know, I think that's real good, because a lot of times it don't last that long. I said about 4 or 5 months, you know, we out of here. You know, that's what we do today. But she definitely have some bad past, you know, experience and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff that went on in her life that she don't understand. She don't have nobody to, you know, answer her questions and nobody to talk to.
Yeah,
And
I think there's a little bit of mental health somewhere in the family too.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody has it, but I think it's just, you know.
Yeah, you know,
like
us.
we said one time before, you know, we push things off and we don't expose things and we don't deal with things, keep pushing it down.
Yep.
And I would say again, back to mental health, you know, I think
Mhm.
that's one of the things, and I think that's why she's living in this fantasy where
Mhm.
what she's seeing is not really reality. So
Yeah, and then I'm sure she
does
has
need to-
friends, and the friends is telling her, oh, it should be like this, it should be like that. So I'm sure she listened to them too. And
she
little
got
do
her
you
18
know,
over here. She got her 18 over there, begging it on, you know.
your friends ain't got no man. They ain't got shit. At least you got a man at home. You need to be trying to keep him.
Yeah, why are you taking advice from somebody who has never had a successful relationship?
Yeah. Right. Honey. Look, me personally, I don't have time for the bull. I am very antisocial, but social. I'll stick to myself. I don't care about being with other people. I'll go places by myself. I really don't care, because having like friends and a whole lot of people around you is obligatory. Oh, that's the first time I heard that like that.
Oh yeah, honey, we're on the fourth floor. We are right here. We are right here.
You're right. You know, you talked about it before, but that's the first time I ever heard them. Well, I'm glad they didn't constantly blow it, because mine, they be constantly blowing. I'm like, do you really have to do all that?
I did forget it was coming when I told you it comes, sometimes it's sporadic and sometimes it's on, but it's
yeah. Yeah, it's out there. It's out there. But yeah, but that's why I really don't care for just having a whole lot of people around me, because having a whole lot of people around you, it's like it comes with obligations, stuff that you got to do and you don't feel like doing. And a lot of times I don't feel like doing shit with nobody. It ain't nothing personal, you know. I'm just a solo dolo girl. That's just me.
And see, and I think that's why we're like kindred. We're spiritual. That we're connected spiritually.
Right.
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 Because I'm the same way. It's like I love my son and I love my daughter. I do not want to throw birthday parties. That is something I hate. I don't like the feeling I have to do certain stuff.
Yeah, because you got to be in the mix. You got to mingle with everybody. You got to do all that stuff.
I am not that person. I'm just not. And it gets on my nerves. I hate it.
It does. It feels like a little annoying, you know, and it almost to me, it almost feel like fakish because, you know, I gotta make these little small conversations and stuff. Like for instance, Deshaun, you know, he's older, so he has friends and they invite him places. So one of them had a pool party after school. That's how they were celebrating. So they invited all the kids from school, from their class and stuff, to a pool party. Probably about 3 or 4 of them show up. But 3 of them parents were there. One of the boys didn't have his parents or whatever. So first of all, Sean sends me to do everything, you know. So I'm the speaker of the relationship. So I'm the one that got to go and mingle and socialize with folks. He don't do that. He sends me out in the field to do all the stuff. Talk about, oh, you better at it. You know, you like to talk to people. No, it don't matter. You need to come too, because a lot of times I don't want to go. You know, I got to be talking to folks and stuff. I got to make conversation. I mean, yes, they're nice. People are nice and stuff. But
yeah,
I just, you know, I'm a loner, man. I give 2 fucks about being with people, to be honest. And it's bad. It's bad, but it's true.
It seems like I'm a social butterfly, but I can't stand it. And you know, I think our husband's got to be related too, because that one in there, he'll be like, oh, I wonder how much something is. I said, well, you got certain things you got to call certain places. I said, well, call a place. Why don't you call it? You better at it. And you understand stuff. And I'll get frustrated. Yes. Stop.
Right. They get all that excuse.
You cannot go by my Facebook friends as the number of friends I actually have. So let's just start there. Don't make it like I'm this people person. I'm a social butterfly. I'm really not. I try to talk to the topic and move on.
Yeah. Girl, I feel you on that. I feel you. It's all good, man. You know, I love folks. I love everybody. And people who know me in my circle, we basically kind of all act the same. You know, I may not I have my one friend who I've had since childhood. She lives in Charlotte and we don't talk every day. We don't text every day. But when we do talk to each other, it's like we just picking up from where we've been at. You know, it's like it's nothing. Everybody works, everybody's busy, they have their own things that they got to do. So we don't trip about that. So, but you just got to understand that's how it goes. I'm not going to talk to you every day. I have some folks that hit me up every day. Go from the Facebook to my cell phone, Tabitha. Okay. And she hit me up this morning. You know, shut up. She hit me up this morning. I didn't answer because I've already talked to her yesterday. Okay. And I just have to learn to ignore some folks because you just sitting at home, you ain't doing nothing. I'm doing stuff. I'm busy. I got things I have to do. And I don't have time to talk about the same thing we talked about last week. I don't have time for it. And I get irritated, I get agitated, I get annoyed, I get all that stuff. And then soon I'm just gonna not talk to you at all. I'm just gonna block you off everything. Because I don't have time.
I feel you. That's why I'm like, this is so mean right now.
It's a little annoying. It is. Right. Like, you ain't got nobody else you can tell it to. You just told me this that the other day. And then hey girl, what's up? Girl, let me tell you. I gotta tell you something. What? Same thing you told me yesterday? Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, if it's me, I'm tell you, I'm one of the people I might tell you, Keita, I honestly I smoke a lot. And so
I already know what it is with you. Because I've been telling you, you need to put it down.
The continuation of that story. If I start telling you the same story, something else has happened to add on to the story. And I want you to know what preluded this part of the story.
Girl. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to say before we close the doors?
I'm gonna need people to lower their toxic expectations.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna find. I know there's like billions of toxic situations out there, like especially when you get ready to leave, and you done told them you gotta went on, had separate lives, and you go down the stairs. One day I saw this on YouTube, and the lady was standing at the door, and he said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I want to talk to you." He said, "Well, we're done. We've been done for 3 years. I don't want to talk to you." She's like, "Come on, just talk to me. Let's fix this." I'm just like, dude, you need to move. Why are you still in the same spot?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was fighting. And you kept living. I don't understand this.
Yeah. He got to change. He got to uproot his life.
But why do we get that? Why do we women? I know we are lovers of heart, we're nurturers, and we're really into seeing what we have put into something actually grow or flourish. I know that. But why do we have to lose our ever loving mind?
Girl, I don't ever want to be that. I don't ever want to be that. I don't. If you love somebody, I believe in, just let them go. I'm not going to hurt you in any form of fashion because that's not going to make you stay with me. Just let them go. Let me go.
On the IB channel.
Yeah.
On that show, Fatal Vows.
Yeah. I refuse to end up on that show. I'm not gonna go. Yeah. Not gonna do it.
You still don't have the person that you want to be with.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Yeah, that show was crazy.
Yeah, I listened to that.
Yeah, that show was crazy. I don't want to.
Rodney calls it Kill Your Husband TV. I was like, that's not what it's called. It's called the ID channel.
If it wasn't wrestling on there, he would have looked at it.
You know.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I don't have all that toxic going on about me. I'm glad I've been raised by them old folks. Lord have mercy. I'm so glad. So glad. Because I see these little young girls and stuff today. And some of the old ones act like that too. Don't get me wrong. Some of the old ones act like that. But it's ridiculous. I can't survive like that. I can't survive.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But I think the reason that some of our younger generations now are struggling is because that generation that taught us is slowly fading away. And we're not caring the way they taught us those lessons. We're not carrying over.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because like the village and stuff is gone.
Yeah, if we think about a certain lesson, we get directed by a certain point in time. I was doing this when this happened, when I remember this. And that's what they don't have that now.
Yeah, it's not like that no more. Nope. Only thing you get is deja vu. That's it. But you don't get you don't get what you just said, because we don't have those group of people no more that, you know, who actually care, who actually sat and taught us stuff. You know, it's a lot of stuff that I remember from my childhood that what I had and wish that I had now. It just don't have it no more. Yeah. Right now, you know,
good lessons in those. I'm thinking back to some times. I'm like, man, there was some good lessons, you know.
Yeah. I'm blessed and glad that I got some of those lessons, because I don't think I would be what I am today if I didn't. So,
and I think it's how we have a clear visual of what's going on around us.
Yeah,
because we had lessons. It's not saying that people don't receive those lessons, but they just receive them in a way that doesn't seem to be beneficial.
Yeah,
but you can't. It's hard to accept a lesson when it's happening in a negative circumstance. Sometimes.
Right.
A lot of times that's when the people run.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right. Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. Tabby, go ahead and announce where people can find you on your tickety-talkety.
Listen, I'm on TikTok. It's Tabitha S. Clark. You will see a whole lot of crochet stuff that I just come up with sometimes. But it's not my original stuff. I do it. And I think I'm on Instagram.
She
I
thinks.
don't know what my handle is. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what my handle is on Instagram. I just recently got it. I don't even.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool.
I'm on Instagram. You'll find me. I promise you, there's people on my Instagram that I had no clue that knew I was there. And then
because they find it from the contacts. That's all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they find it from the contact. But guys, if there's anything that you want crochet, this girl right here, she can do it. Mainly, all she gotta have is a visual. Say it again.
And if I'm gonna tell you, I don't take nobody money. If I can't do it, I ain't gonna.
Yeah. If she can't do it, she'll definitely let you know.
I'll
Yeah.
find somebody to pay. I know crochet.
Yeah, she will. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning into another bi-weekly episode with your girl and special guest Tabitha. Make sure you tune in every other Tuesdays, like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube as well. And if you can't be good, be careful.
And be good at it.